Welcome to Troubleshooting Compensation Issues for Pro-Cut PFM lathes. Pro-Cut rotor matching lathes with computerized compensation should compensate in about 10 to 40 seconds on average. When compensation takes too long or won't compensate at all, there's usually a simple solution. First, the vehicle should always be in neutral, if possible, when the brake job is on the driven wheel axle. Always release the emergency brake for rear axle brake work. Always be certain the traction control system is disengaged. During ambient temperatures below freezing, all-wheel drive and four-wheel drive vehicles may need to be test-driven prior to setup to warm the gear oil and reduce drag. Always be certain to follow lifting guidelines to diminish the chance of unwanted vehicle motion, and also make sure the lift is lowered on the safety locks. Next, always check wheel bearing play before removing wheels and tires. Wheel bearings that are out of spec for lateral runout should be replaced before doing the Pro-Cut service. Check to be certain both left and right calipers on the axle being worked on are removed and hung with S-hooks provided to release additional friction from the brake pads. Also, make sure the opposite side rotor is secured with 2 to 3 nuts so it does not fall off or unevenly scuff the pads or shoes. Using the SuperTech app or the adapter search on our website, be certain you have the correct adapter and the correct pattern number. Also, check and remove any factory retaining washers from the base of the stud. Make sure to clean the hub surface properly with the correct abrasive tool. For hubs with studs, use part number 37996. For flat bolted-on hubs, such as European cars, use 37997. Tighten the guide pin with a 4mm hex key, and also inspect the adapter for cracks or dings. Always tighten lug nuts in a star pattern and use no greater than a 12-volt cordless impact gun to install. Always be certain the vehicle hub center is waist high or within working range of the lathe trolley. Check to make sure that cords and air hoses are out of the way of the wheels to prevent binding. The drawbars should be tightened firmly by hand only. Remember, this must remain rigid during the cut. Solenoid issues. Weak sounding clicks. First, inspect magnet on the back side of the adjustment flange and remove any loose cutting chips or debris. If your problem with the solenoid is still not resolved, it may need cleaning or adjustment. Contact Pro-Cut Service for further instructions at 1-800-543-6618 option 2. Solenoid issues. Does not click at all. First, inspect the 15-pin connector and make sure it's connected properly and that all pins are intact and nesting correctly. Then check the connection between the solenoid and the wiring harness. Check that all trolley bolts are tightened, especially around the upper carriage. Confirm drawbar depth is 5 to 7 threads when pushed through the lathe body completely. If you're still having compensation issues, please contact your local Pro-Cut rep or our service department at 800-543-6618 option 2.